Good morning, guys. How are you? I'm going to do my everyday makeup in the brightest light afforded by me, which is at the window. So I'll jump straight in, no jibber jabber. So the first was a Sally Hughes gel quench and then this new ultraviolet sunscreen together. So I've already put those on and let them dry down. I went and dried my hair, so it's tacky face. So they are done. Another option you can do is to put this and this together. These are bronzing drops from Primark. So I'll do that for you today. So we've already put it in. So put a little bit on there. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. He just loves barking. Rub them all together so it's a nice smooth paste. And then I applied to like where the sun would go. You can put it all over, here, there and everywhere. But I think that looks like a nice bit. And then I try and warm up my neck as well, because I don't like to put foundation on my neck. Sorry if I'm touching the microphone. There we go. Okay, next step. The best thing I find for sort of older skin is a serum foundation. So I did a short review on this the other day. So you don't need much of this at all. I think the last time I used it, I put on 3 pumps, but I think 1 big splodge, 2, a little drizzle on the top and the snout, and then the chin. Oh, you can feel it running down. And then using a damp beauty blender and just a bit of dabbing. So I will dab everywhere except up to the eye socket. I'm a little bit pink because I've just been for a park run, but this will take down. If there's too much on it, just keep your back of your hand like a palette and then just keep smooshing away. But I'd rather have a bit more and then let it glide around the face. Like, I know it does look a bit masky, but honestly, it doesn't stick around. It's like it eats it. So just be generous and just keep blending for as long as you will. I'm not going to go anywhere. There's no cuts in this. There's no filters. There's no anything. You can just have a little real-time moment. So do it with me, grab a tea, and yeah, let's get crack-a-lacking. So I'm going to do it just gently at the top there and then swipe away a few bits, because I'm going to use a more heavy-duty concealer and I don't want it to have too much product already on it. So I'll keep doing that. There we go. Up on the ears for me. Does anyone else get pink ears? Is it just me? And down we go. Up on the top. It's a bit weird at night time when I'm taking off my makeup and I find I have to do my ears. There we go. So let's get a bit closer. So everyone has textured skin. You're not going to get it perfect. I just need to do my eyebrows as well. But there you go. You can see there's some good coverage. A few spots and lumps and bumps, but it still looks like skin on the whole. And then if I go back a bit, see, it's a nice match for the neck. So I really like this foundation. There we go. Next, Hourglass concealer. So something expensive and heavy duty. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you just want to get this is a fluffy brush from Primark, so you can get any sort of concealer blending brush and just tickling. So starting, go in and up and then out and down, and just making sure you've got coverage in those bits along your eyes. You can always go in again, but just for the first pass, that's what I do. I'm saying this like this is what you do. This is what I do. You don't have to do it, but I like it. And then if there's any residual, I just look in my face or I look further away at like what might need a bit of coverage. Like there seems to have grown a spot there. If I've got a spot, don't put that on the spot, put it on your hand so it doesn't infect it like in a zombie film. And just dab, dab. Be a bit generous, leave it there to set. And you can always go back in again. Just let it for a minute. I know it's a bit glowing, but we'll go back round and we'll finish it off. And then I like to use a bit of concealer on the top of the lids just to prime them. So you notice I don't really use primer. I have primers, but for everyday makeup, I find that it's just loads easier to get out the door by putting on a light serum foundation and then locking it in with powder and then maybe a setting spray afterwards. So that's all we've got. There's another little spot there. So again, I'll dab it on my hand, just take a bit on the brush and pop it there. And we'll come back to that in a minute. I mean, it's easy when you go around your face thinking, gosh, where do you stop with the things? So you'll go back to this spot, blend it out and up. And look, you can still see all sorts of colours and textures and things, but it's just skin, it's fine. So people like to do things in different ways. I think moving on to the lips gives everything a time just to sort of set a little minute, just settle in. So I use, this could do with a good sharpen actually, an e.l.f. A cream glide lip liner, and I don't overline. So I will just put it over, careful at the edges, and then focusing on the middle. Oh, it's quite painful, this one, because I haven't sharpened it. So do that. Do as I say, not as I do. And I've gone for something that matches my lip colour anyway. So when you look away, it looks sort of neutral and nudie. And then I put on a lip gloss, just a really plain one. All on the bottom and all on the top. Something comfy. I think comfort is king for the daytime. Right. Now, we want to add in just a little bit of cream colours. So creams are really flattering. They build on up. We'll still do cream blusher and cream powder afterwards, but this is a good way to start. So you always start with the bronzing first. This is from Studio London. It's really cheap. And this is not a contour stick. So it's not like those ones where you go underneath and try and chisel or anything. It's just like, if you look at yourself and thinking like, where would the sun go? Like, and I think the sun would look nice. Like, put on a bit more than you think. You can do this on the back of your hands. And then I use a sort of a thicker brush and just sort of dab out the edges. Now, normally I would have stopped there, like learning a bit more about to do this, but I think just blend more than you think, because it does show up. So, and this big brush, it's all dispersed. So I'm just tapping like on the line. I'm not tapping anywhere else around it. Tap, 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 tap. Just keeping it, trying to keep it sort of elevated and nice. And then I think it depends on your face shape. People do it up here. I don't think that suits me, myself, up in here, but you can. Let's do it for fun. You'll see. So just right into the creases. Tap, 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 tap. Gentle, so you're not like rubbing away all that serum. Depends on your face shape. You should just have a little experiment, but the sun does, where the sun kind of touches. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. You can see me. I sort of went into swiping motion. And then take a step back. Always take a step back and see how you're looking. You know, you could do a bit on the nose if you want to do a bit of nose for fun. Not contour. Dab, dab, dab. Just to give it a bit like a, ooh, sunshine. She's been out in the sun. So that's done. And then move on to a cream blusher. So this one is from B&M, but it's nice, like pink. I think use just any pink that like enlightens you. And again, like take a step back and think, where does the heat fall? And I feel like there. I don't think there's a science. I don't try and do anything with like logical steps. And then I just use the same side of it. Just I will squeeze it in a little bit so it's a bit tighter. And then I'll be a bit more precise. So I don't want it coming further than the inside of my eye because that'll make it all ready. So I keep my hand there as a bit of a guide and just sort of fluff it out like that. So I like mine a bit lower. You might like yours a bit higher. I just think because of my face shape, it suits me to do it that way. And then I'll do the same on the other side. Put a finger there, supporting finger. It's not touching the face, it's just there. Just so I don't go over it. Dab, dab, dab. And always higher. So like you're going high as you can. You're not dragging it low. There we go. Back up as always. Okay, right, now powder. I use the cheapest powder in the world. This is also from Studio London. And then I use, you want a little like triangle. These are really cheap. This one's from Aldi. You put your fingers in the back of the triangle, you pop them in, and it picks up so much powder. And then you tap, tap, tap. You don't want to put it all on. And then I start, I guess the areas you want are the T-zone. So these bits that are shining here. So I would start, I like to do my head and just gentle, like you're tickling it, like you're just like someone's asleep and you don't want to wake them up. And then if it's all gone, have another go, but always pat, 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 because you just want the most delicate bit, because this can kill it. This can make it look really dated and like tired. I go, so you sort of want to lock it under the eyes, not baking, because you're not 20. Maybe you are 20, but I'm not 20. And then I just do a bit under the eyebrows just to give it that little thing. And then take a step back. Are we looking okay? You might want to just lock a bit under the jaw as well so it doesn't creep off. Right, lovely. Now onto the bronzer. I've forgotten my bronzer brush. So I use a really big fluffy brush for my blusher. So I'm just going to use the same thing. I just use a slightly smaller one for the bronzer just so I can be a bit more precise. Roll it round. This one it's a MAC one, you have to roll a lot. Whatever you've got, it might be more powerful. Tap, tap, tap. And then a bit higher this time, because I think you've already put on all the creams there. I feel like it's locking. So I feel like go into the corners that way. And this would be a tighter brush normally. So I'll try to use the bottom of the brush to show you. And up, I kind of want it into the hairline. It gets in the hair all the time. That's okay. No one's touching my hair. There we go. And that sort of just locks it in a bit, but don't creep in any further than that. You might want to tickle the sides as well if you've done the top. Just locking it in. Then the nose. Did we do the nose? I think we did with the powder. There we go. Same again. So then get a lovely blusher that you're in love with. This is my Hourglass one, absolutely beautiful. So I'll just put the tip of that in. This is powerful. Tip, tip, tip. So the tip of the blusher brusher. And then really gentle tapping here. Again, high. A bit higher than when you did the baseline, because that one felt like it brought the colour back. This one's a bit more showy. And this one has got a bit of like shimmer in as well. So you want it to sort of catch on the top, but like that. Just so gentle. Feel like you're being too gentle, be more gentle. Okay, then eyeshadow, like, doesn't have to be groundbreaking. This is just like a mid-brown palette. I would get like this, something skin-like. Take a bit, tap it off, and then feel where your brow bone is, like mine's like there, under my eyeball. And I just dust a little there. That's my guide. So when I shut my eyes, when I look back, and my eyes aren't doing that, you can still see some colour, because when you've got hooded eyes, you've got to be careful, the colour has to show. So it has to go a bit higher than you think. So there we go. You can see the colour there. So that's a good guide. Do a spot there. You can feel the bone, press on the bone. There you go. Now I dust the rest off on the back of my thing. No product on it now. Or you can switch sides if you've got like a double-ended one. And then blend. Left, right, rounded. Left, right. Round and round. So we're just taking the harsh edges off. And if it comes down, that's nice. And the same on this side. Takes a bit of time. You don't want a big splodge. That one's a bit of a heavy splodge, really. There we go. Put that in. There we go. And perhaps you've got a glitter or something. I've got a nice glitter, but I haven't packed it in this one. But this one's a nice palette because it's got a few. So I will just take like this nice, there's a gold colour. Tap it off. Tap it again because it's glittery. And just pop it right in the middle to catch the eye. You can see. And you've got two kind of shades and shadows. Eyeshadow, what are they called? Eyebrows, brows of eye. This is a good one. It's a super fluff. And what you want to be doing is taking off most of the product. Like barely anything. Take off any hairs that have landed in there. How does that happen? Wipe them on your table. And then you want to go up, up, up. So you want to push all these up. The motion should be like up and out. Well, up and towards you, really. Your eyebrows might be different shape, like mine don't suit. These end bits don't want to go up, so I'll flatten them down. There you go. So you can start, I like to start at the front. You might want to start at the middle. I don't think it matters. And there we go. Just being light. A light hand will get you far, in my opinion. There you go. And spend a bit of time just tidying them. Make sure you haven't got any bits on. There you go. Sorted. They're not perfect, but no one's that close to you. What you'll learn is most people are this far away from you and they're not looking at your pores. This is an e.l.f. lash extender, which is a tubing mascara, which coats little tubes all over your eyelashes. So be careful not to put your hand on your face. I like to hold my elbow, lock it in, put it on the eye. You can use eyebrow clippers as well to squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that'll make them glow a bit more big and bright. But if not, this one, just wiggle at the bottom and then on the tips, wiggle on the bottom, a few on the tips, 2, 3 rounds of that, and a wiggle underneath. Now move on to the other one, wiggle on the bottom, tips, wiggle, tips, wiggle, tips, wiggle, tips, and on the bottom, and you've got to repeat. So I'll put it back in, wipe off any excess, and again, wiggle, tips, wiggle, tips. Try and get the inner, try and move into the inside, do a bit on the outside, and one more go underneath. 1, 2, 3, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Move it in. Ooh. Here's where it would be deadly to sneeze. There you go. So move in close. Check you've got your bits and bobs right. No big lines. Yeah, I think that's about it. I hope that was helpful. As I say, it's just me. It's just makeup. Just have fun. And yeah, I hope that was good.